Everyone, welcome back. In this video, we will learn how to enable multiple API version in latest version of the Swagger and .NET. That is now, and the C# code is nothing but .NET 5, running on .NET 5, I would say. And you can see, let me show you a demo first. So you can see there are two versions, V1 and V2. If I execute this, say tenant API, admin API, I mean to say, it should say tenant admin V1 is running. All right, now if I change the version to V2, then it should say V2 is running, I mean to say. Alright, so you can see tenant admin v2 is running. Let me show you the configuration, what all things I'm doing over here. Let me stop this. So settings are almost same as it was there in the older version, but there is a small change which I'm going to explain you. So earlier also you used to declare like service dot add API versioning, and then you just write all the document Swagger doc like v1, v2, and whatever version you are having. And this time you just need to take this get custom attribute from the method info dot declare type. Earlier it was from a different method which got deprecated now. And these two, or filter, you need to add it, which I'll explain you what is the use of these two. And then in Swagger UI, make sure these endpoints, Swagger endpoints, are inside this UI method. Okay, and then you simply say whatever is the v1 and whatever is the v2, something like that. So they should be a separate JSON altogether. So Swagger v1 for v1 version, Swagger v2 is for v2 version. So this much configuration you will do as part of your startup class. Now first now I'm going to explain you these remove filters and replace filter version API, which version in the in the URL. Before that, I just want to show you the controller, how it's gonna look like. So if you see V1, right? You just need to say whatever is the version of your API. So right now I'm saying V1, and there is a template V1 version colon API version. So we have to inject this V1 at a runtime when you are running this application. All right. And in V1 I am saying the V1 is running. Okay, now let's go to V2. Simply in V2 it's just API version is V2 and the template is exactly same. And there you can see the template where V2 is running. So again at runtime we just want to change this API version to V2. So that can be taken care by this iDocument filter. So what I'm doing over here, you see, just so earlier this was different thing. It was like some Swagger doc, some kind of object was there, object class was there. Now it got changed to open API document, which internally holding the dictionary of key and the value. Earlier it was like Swagger doc, which was directly having the dictionary of key and value. So that's the only change. So if you directly say dot to dictionary, the typecast, even though if you are doing a typecast, it's not going to work. You will get an error on the Swagger page. So for to solve that error, what you just need to do is run a loop on the Swagger doc path and take one keys and replace that v version, that's a template actually. And from the info, this value will come from your startup class which you have mentioned over there, v1 v2, right? Those value will be replaced, and add those thing into open API paths. The op dot add is just internally a dictionary actually, by the way, but you have to add in this way, and then assign this op back object again back to the Swagger path. So if you I'll just show you, I'll put a debugger and you will get it what I'm trying to say. Now you can see v1 on the UI, it's v1 trying to load, and if I go and show you, see the version is coming as v1 and the template is coming like API v version. So this entire value we have to replace with v1, and that's a single API. Okay, so in v1 we have two actually, that's why it's coming. We have two endpoints, right? So this is for another one. Now only done, right? And you can see all the methods are, all the APIs are loaded. Now if I change to v2, and this time again it will go to the same method, and if you see this empty is this time API v1 tenant admin, and this time version v2 will be coming, and that will be replaced with this empty or a templated URL. And same you should see once that is replaced on the Swagger. Let me go back to the Swagger. You can see now v2 is running, up and running. Let me try it out. It's working, right? That's pretty much about this video. Thank you very much.